Liu, Malinan, and Glenn. These three titans commanded every eye in the house across the nation's packed stadiums. The curtain just fell on the 26-city American Tour of Stars on Ice 2026. Judging by the electric atmosphere at every stop, this trio did far more than just go through the motions on the ice. They captured hearts entirely, and the buzz from those lucky enough to be present hasn't faded one bit. Magic unfolds when elite athletes trade the pressure of the scoreboard for pure, unadulterated passion. The result was breathtaking, starting with Alyssa Liu, whose presence shifted the very air the second her blades touched the rink. Forget the girl you saw through a lens during those high-stakes Olympic broadcasts. Back then, she was a steel trap of concentration, navigating the crushing expectations of a whole country and cold-eyed officials. Now, the Milan 2026 gold medalist was gliding with a liberated spirit that only a true champion can possess. Unshackled from rigid scoring systems and suffocating stress, she performed purely for the joy of the fans who gathered just to cheer her on. That sense of release hit the crowd like a wave, leaving spectators breathless and silencing entire rows mid-sentence. It was the sort of spectacle that makes your neighbor reach out and clutch your sleeve in sheer unconscious awe. The energy demanded recognition, as Liu bridged the gap between the rink and the stands with something far deeper than mere skill. Though her talent is immense, this felt intimate, as if every individual in the arena was her sole audience. Across every tour date, she was met with a roar of affection that was as thunderous as it was heartfelt. Then, the ambiance pivoted, the track switched, and Ilya Malinin charged out into the spotlight. There is really no way to describe the raw impact of Malinin's live show if you have not witnessed it firsthand. The second the announcer called his name, the mood in the building underwent a total transformation. You could actually feel the vibrations change as fans leaned forward and the volume hit the ceiling. Hundreds of screens lit up instantly, everyone sensing they were about to see a once-in-a-generation phenomenon. They were witnessing an athlete operating in a realm of figure skating that remains entirely uncharted by anyone else. His recent victory in Prague, securing his third world title, had already cemented his status as a living myth. Without the limits of competition, the 2026 Tour saw Malinin skating with the ease of a man fulfilling his cosmic destiny. He moved with pure delight, punctuating every leap and delicate turn with a profound sense of purpose. The spectators hung on his every move, erupting into a frenzy the moment his routine reached its climax. That level of applause echoes in the rafters long after the lights dim and the ice is empty. It lingers even as people head home, struggling to put the magic they just saw into words for those who missed it. This was not just a gig for Malinin. He gifted the audience lasting impressions that will not fade for years. Yet, the real takeaway from the 2026 tour that dominated every post-show discussion was something deeper. The soul of the show did not rest on a single star. It was the undeniable shared joy of a crew that truly thrived as a team. The current national queen, Amber Glenn, was the ultimate personification of that collective passion. She helped secure that historic team gold in Milan, sharing the glory with Liu, Malinin, and the rest of the powerhouse squad. Coming into the tour, Glenn was already famous for her raw emotional power and electrifying style. However, she took things to another level here, infusing every routine with a profound, undeniable truth. Her skating possessed a vulnerable warmth, making every observer feel like they were part of a private, shared moment. She did not just display her skills, she reached out from the rink to touch the hearts of everyone in the audience. The public response was overwhelming, making her name the one on everyone's lips at every single stop. The cheers she earned proved how profoundly she moved those who were finally witnessing her grace in person. She kept the crowds hungry for more, the hallmark of an artist who knows exactly how to move a room. She mastered the art of connection, even as she, Liu, and Malinin served as the bedrock of the entire production. Every other performer ensured the 2026 tour remained a non-stop thrill from start to finish. Silver medalists Chalk and Bates, added a layer of unparalleled sophistication and grace to the lineup. Their poise was mesmerizing, complementing the soloists and group acts that made the night truly enchanted. People walked out into the night convinced they had witnessed a rare fusion of athletic prowess and poetic beauty. This specific run will remain a hot topic until these icons finally lace up their skates for the next chapter. Seeing Chalk and Bates strip away the pressure of scores to simply exist on ice was the exact fantasy their loyalists had craved. These displays were raw narratives where every blade edge and every note fused into a singular, breathtaking masterpiece. That heavy pin-drop silence gripping the stands spoke volumes, revealing a crowd completely mesmerized by the magic unfolding before their eyes. Out of nowhere, Isabeau Levito emerged as the tour's most captivating revelation, stealing the spotlight night after night. A decorated national icon and global runner-up, she transformed into an irresistible force of nature the moment she hit the ice. She possesses that rare gift of making thousands of spectators vanish, leaving only you and her performance in the room. People felt the soul in her craft, responding with a thunderous roar of approval that easily outstripped the energy of the rest of the show. For over 10 years, Jason Brown has been the heartbeat of the sport, and he poured every ounce of that spirit into this journey. Every routine he delivers is thick with a dramatic authenticity that feels less like a show and more like a visceral truth. This storied partnership between the athlete and the tour reached a new peak this season, yielding moments that truly rattled the soul. The waves of gratitude crashing toward him from the rafters were impossible to ignore and incredibly profound. Yet, the defining core of the 2026 tour, the memory etched into everyone's mind, was the breathtaking spectacle of the entire ensemble united. Those massive choreographed explosions of talent, where the entire roster flooded the rink as one, created an overwhelming surge of kinetic energy. Beyond the fancy lights and complex steps, what truly radiated from the ice was an unadulterated, infectious sense of pure happiness. These stars have spent a lifetime locked in fierce, high-stakes battles for supremacy at the absolute pinnacle of their craft. From the Olympic stage to world titles and grueling global circuits, their history is written in intense rivalry. Transitioning from rivals to teammates, their shared delight was palpable, showcasing a bond that was clearly as real off ice as it was on. The fans picked up on that vibration, mirroring the skaters' affection with a tidal wave of love that perfectly matched the occasion. Witnessing the world's most elite competitors simply reveling in the sport they love alongside their peers is a profound and rare experience. That specific brand of magic was unleashed by the 2026 tour in every single arena across the entire nation. From the heat of Fort Myers on April 16 through 26, stops ending in South Haven on May 31st, the momentum never wavered. Across a sea of thousands of faces and endless routines, one undeniable thread connected every second of every performance. It was the sense of genuine connection, a vision sparked 40 years ago when Scott Hamilton first dreamt of humanizing the sport. His goal was to bridge the gap between icons and fans, offering a raw, vibrant look at greatness away from the judges' scores. By 2026, with gold medalists, triple world kings, and legendary dance duos sharing the spotlight, that dream became a spectacular reality. Seeing this concentration of greatness made the original concept feel monumental, especially as Elisa Liu charmed the entire stadium. Ilya Malinin stunned the crowds into awestruck silence, while Amber Glenn commanded each rink as if the architecture itself obeyed her will. This incredible collective offered an experience that transcended digital borders, providing a visceral thrill that a television screen simply cannot replicate. You truly had to be there in person. For those in attendance, that truth was written in every breath.